Hi everyone, my name's Kalani. I am an Arnowin and Barkindji woman from New South Wales, but I grew up in WA. I am currently on Wadawurrung country in Victoria. I'm on my way to Preston and Richmond today for a plant store reopening and a warehouse sale. Hopefully I'll have more stuff to show you, but I will mostly be just having a look. Okay, so the first place we ended up going to was Plant Collector Melbourne in Richmond, and they have a wide variety of rare plants that are very hard to get in Australia. I don't know the names of most of them, but that Ring of Fire. But that Hoya, so amazing. They did not have that on sale, I don't believe. And if they did, I would not have been able to afford it. I have been wanting a varicosum for so long, and they had them for 70, but I know somewhere else in Melbourne that has them for 40, so I'm going to give them a shot first and then maybe come back to these guys, because first time I've actually seen it in person and it solidified my desire to have it even more. They have a lot of variegated and rare plants like a mamei, not as rare, but and that white wizard and variegated Adansonii, which are like I'd never seen in person before. This Monstera Peru, like I was so tempted to get it, and I just don't know why I didn't. I should have. It was $50 and it was actually a nice size. I'm just stupid. The Biliatia, which I already got. I've got the Ovibata variegata. Well, don't know what any of those ones are. All those anthuriums, they have so many, and they're all like $200 and above, like insane. Couldn't have the audio over these videos because there's just copyright music in the background. Seeing all these insanely rare plants was like really tempting and just made me want to buy them all, but I couldn't. They also had food there as well because it was the opening or the reopening of the store since COVID. That philodendron brantianum, very tempting to buy, but I did not want to spend $40 on a plant that, isn't super duper rare in Australia at least. I didn't really, and it's such a small cutting. I was just like, there's no way. They had some really nice pink princesses though, tempting to buy, but I was just like, no, I don't really want to jump on the bandwagon, but like I kind of want to put it in my like little grow fish tank thing that I have. Many of these like plants, they just didn't have the names on them, so I couldn't tell you what many of these are. They had some pretty regular plants. Like now the Syngonium Fantasy is not considered a rare plant anymore, so you wouldn't really spend $25 on a 2-leaf cutting anymore of them. Enliven made a lot of these plants kind of cheap. They also had Epipremnum pinnata variegata, and I've been wanting them as well for a very long time, but I also didn't want to spend $50 on a small cutting, so I'm really just hoping to find them later when they're cheaper, because they're just a pothos and I don't understand why they have to make them so expensive. But I know Enliven also released some, but yet they have not released them to Melbourne. I thought that philodendron was actually really cool. Sorry for my hand being in the way, because clearly I don't know how to record properly. It is my first time doing it. But they just have such a wide variety of plants, and they are pretty well priced, just not the prices that I would go for. I'm not usually a rare plant person, but sometimes I just like certain plants and they turn out to be rare. So they had the Tribui Moonlight, Sedapsus Tribui Moonlight, and I have been wanting this guy forever, and I never thought I'd find it in Australia. But it was $100 for a very small cutting, and I could not justify myself to do that. If I was a plant collector, yes, but I am not. And they had two or three there, and I fully regret it. I feel like I'm gonna go back and get it because I fully just regret it, because it's just not, you can't find them in Australia. And this is also the first time I've seen the foliage focus and green space in an actual store, so I had to get it while it was there. So the next place we went to was kind of this brewery. They had this plant event on. This one was in Preston. This is their plant wall. If you guys have noticed that some of these images are a bit like jaggedy, it's because for some reason my camera decided to flip the images, and when I flip them back they look like this. So unfortunate, but hey. They had a lot of plants here in this brewery, and I thought it was pretty cool as just decor. And then they had an event on. It'd been the first time I'd gone to a place like this before for like a plant event, and it was kind of interesting. This one store had actually quite a lot of good kind of common plants that were actually pretty well priced, I think. These were $14. The peperomia lemon lime were $9. Part of me has been wanting a peperomia lemon lime, but I haven't really decided to get one just yet. I couldn't find the prices for most of these, and I didn't really want to pull them out. But yeah, like these were like $65, which was pretty cool. These giant spathiphyllums, if that's what you're into. This massive philodendron was like $35, and it was actually very tempting to buy it, but I already have a little one that was mostly props that I got from a friend and what was salvageable from the original plant that I bought and somehow got root rot. They had other philodendrons that were big, but they don't really have much interest to me, and I do think that they weren't that expensive, I don't believe. And they had some herbs there that looked pretty tempting, but I wasn't looking for them at the time. Had some cute pots, but they're really not my aesthetic, so I didn't get any. And yeah, they had a lot of plants that you could get in the pots already. In this store, they had quite a lot of rare plants. Well, this is not a rare plant, it was big and full, and I think it was about $65. Not really what you want to spend on a snow queen. This was an anthurium, $65. Really tempting, really pretty, but I didn't want to spend $65 on an anthurium or any really plant that I don't know whether I can keep alive, because they like humidity and I'm not really good at this one. This Syngonium chia pens though, pretty tempting, but $45 was way too much than what I would like to spend on a Syngonium. That's not really that full, but I understand they're like huge leaves and they're really cool. This Syngonium red spot, $65. It was really beautiful and really full, but also I already have one, so I didn't want to spend more on it, but I thought I should show you. This philodendron lemon lime, or lemon, was $65. It was really full, actually probably I would say worth it, but looked a little sad, so I didn't get it. They had a begonia there, had this Syngonium mojito for $55, I think it said. They had a few of them, some Syngonium fantasies. I figured they'd all be around the same price of like $35, $40, and you can find them cheaper elsewhere. They had that huge silver sword, and they had a few things that you could get from them that weren't plant related. And then there was this other stall that had all these Hoya compactors that were variegated. They were all $35, which was way cheaper than what the ones I'd bought in the past. And so it was very tempting. So there's just me like literally considering getting them, which in the end I did choose some. As you can see, I'm pulling them down to get them and have a look. There's my friend. She wanted to show me this peperomia pink lady that she was so tempted to get, but she said to herself she wouldn't buy anything today, so she didn't. A giant Stromanthi tricolor. Damn it. And there's just me putting them down to look at everything else. They had good selections. The Hoya Matilda Splash was very tempting to get for $25. So cheap as I'd seen it, very tempting to get, but I decided not to get it. I got these peperomias, which were really cool, all from the collector's corner. Some Hoya kerrii. Yeah, see, I kept on seeing it, and I was just like, I want it, but I decided not to. They also had a competition thing, so if you follow, give them a like, you may win everything that was on there. I was more interested in the syngonium, but in the end we didn't win it anyway, so it didn't really matter. They also had a big philodendron caudatum. This Monstera Peru, it was so nice. It was like $165, and I was just like, that's no way I'm doing that, but it was so nice. And they had some Anthurium crystallinum for like, what's $125. Damn, they're pretty high prices, but I think their plants were like really nice looking and really healthy, so I understand their prices. So it's the next day now. I didn't film the recording of the plant haul yesterday because the sun was pretty low, so the filming quality would have been really bad. I'll show you everything I got now. So this is the first thing I got yesterday. It is a fertilizer. I've seen this particular brand on Instagram and I've been wanting to try it, but I didn't want to buy it online. And then I saw it at the Richmond store yesterday, the plant collector, and so I had to grab it. I've heard that it's actually pretty good. The next plant I got at a place in Preston. It was actually a brewer, like a bar. They had a warehouse sale going on, doing plants. I don't really know why, but yeah, it had a bunch of people there. You guys would have seen the footage. So I got a Hoya compactor variegata inner variegation. I already have one of these, but I am absolutely obsessed with the Hoya compactors, so I kind of get one every time I see one, which is a bad habit. But yeah, it's actually really nice. It's much fuller than the one I've already got. It was $35, and yeah, it's actually really nice variegation. Yeah, I'm excited to watch this guy grow. They tend to grow pretty well for me, as long as I give them plenty of sun. Yeah. The other plant I got was also a Hoya compactor variegata, but the outside variegated version, which I also do already have one of. Same problem. I keep buying them. I love that this one's already got an all white leaf, which is pretty cool. I'm excited to see if I can get that to continue. My one that I've already got actually sits up in along one of these windows over this way. Usually hangs right there actually. And it's already got a new stem growing that's just all white, so that's exciting. But yeah, this one's much fuller than the one I already have. That one only has 3 stems, but now a 4th growing, so that's cool. So that was everything I was able to get that day. I really wanted to get the Monstera Peru, and the thing that actually was so hard to walk away from was the Scindapsus trubii Moonlight. It was the hardest thing to let go of, but it was a single, like a small stem cutting, you guys will see in the footage, for $100, and that's just too much I'm willing to spend on a non-full enough plant. And yeah, walking away from it literally destroyed my soul, because I've been wanting that one as well as the Silvery Anne and all the other Scindapsuses, because I've only got the Pictus argyris and the Exotica. And so yeah, it was kind of hard to walk away from getting a Trubii Moonlight, but they're not as common in Australia or the other Scindapsus brands. So I'm hoping seeing it there means that they will become a little more common, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen. With the Hoya Lisa and the Black Marantinoid and Calthea musaica, they were pretty rare plants, but then the growers had imported them into Australia, and obviously they selling them for relatively good prices, except for the Hoya Lisas. I think they're still pretty high. I got mine for $70 for a 3-stem small one. It was a bit much. I'm fine with spending that kind of money on a Hoya, not so much a pothos. Another one I'm looking for is the Maranta Lemon Lime, which is also very difficult to get here, and it does cost a lot of money. The ones that I've seen small cuttings go for $40, like small cuttings with about 2-3 leaves on them. So yeah, I'm not really willing to do that. Oh yeah, also I'll show you guys. I had a plant haul unboxing video, but I filmed it the wrong way. So I am gonna just show you guys the plants, and I'll put a short clip of it up on TikTok or my Instagram, which I'll link below if you want to go watch the unboxing, but I'm going to show you the plants now, so it's up to you. That one was a much more expensive haul. I'll go over them. So one of the first plants I got was this mistletoe, I think it's a cacti of some kind. Sinantium Marianarium num. I can't say it. So they grow these little flowers that kind of look like bird cages. So that's why it's kind of nicknamed the bird cage cacti. I just love how it just looks like sticks. It already looks dead kind of plant to me. And I'm excited for it to mature. Hopefully I can keep it alive. But it's been here for about a week now. Yeah, it's been doing fine. So that was one of the plants I got. I got mostly Hoya. Yeah. So the next plant I got was a Hoya passiflora. I don't remember how much these guys cost, so I'll put them up on the video somewhere like around here. But yeah, I love Hoyas with the long leaves. I think they're really cool, like the Chipotle and the Kentianas and that kind of stuff. And what I really want is the ride.I, but that's like near impossible to find in Australia for affordable price. I've only seen small cuttings of it going for about $400. That was a variegated version, which I want both the non-variegated and variegated version of that Hoya, but yeah, it'll just have to wait until I can find it for a more affordable price, or I have more disposable income, which I don't. Yeah, this is the Hoya passiflora. I could be pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, it's pretty long. I love how it kind of just bunches up like that. It kind of reminds me of the spider plant, and when it puts out new babies, which I have a big massive one around about here. You can kind of see it in the corner of the video. But yeah, it kind of looks like that when they got babies and stuff, so I think that's really cool. So this plant replaced a plant they had out of stock and they hadn't updated it on the website. I originally wanted a full basket of the Hoya Odette, the Sangii one. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. The Sangii Odette, I think it is. But yeah, they didn't have it. So I got the Minabelle instead. Also same thing, long leaves. It's very similar to the Shepherdell that I already have. I wonder if some may argue that they're the same plant, but I don't mind. This one's way fuller than my Shepherdell. Yeah, like it's way longer as well. So I'm kind of excited that I got that. I was looking at it as well, but I tossed up between this and the Sangii, and I decided to get the Sangii originally, but they didn't have it in the end. But yeah, so this is this. I think this one was $40. It was originally $50, but they had a deal on, and that's why I decided to actually get this haul. When you buy them, while they don't have the pictures of the exact plant that you will get, they are very similar. So I was really happy about this one. So the next one I got was a Dischidia hirsuta. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm hoping this guy will acclimate well to my house. I know that Dischidias like a bit more outside moisture, and my house is not humid in the least. It's actually the most coldest house in the world. No jokes. It's very cold in this house. It's a very old house. It was very drafty and very cold. But yeah, this is the Dischidia hirsuta. It was very long. It cost quite a lot of money. I'll put the price up here. It did recently look like it flowered recently. I have the Dischidia Million Hearts, and that guy's currently blooming for me, which is really cool because I've not been able to have any of my Hoyas bloom for me, despite the fact that I've had a Hoya compactor, just a regular basic one, for about 2 years. Still can't get it to bloom for me, but I also don't mind because it grows really well. So yeah, I really love this one's leaves, and I love the Dischidia's thicker type leaves that they get. I find that the Dischidia's leaves are a lot thicker than Hoya leaves. So this is exciting. It was really long and I'm very happy about that. I'll grab the next plant. It's kind of the final plant I got, yeah. So the next plant I got was the Hoya croniana. So the Hoya croniana is pretty similar to obviously the Dischidia hirsuta. I decided to get them both because I love the Hoya version and the Dischidia version, and I know they're a little different His leaves are a lot thinner and obviously specklier, which is really cool. It's such a full plant, which it costs like $100, so it had better be full. I'm really happy about this one. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't have any Hoyas that are like this full and this long. And as a bonus, they gave me this little Hoya compactor. It's super cute and tiny and I love it. But yeah, it's kind of weird that they gave me an extra plant. I didn't know that they would. It was a shock, but they realized that I love Hoyas, so they just, yeah, gave me a new Hoya. So I got those plants from my jungle shack. They were having a 10% sale on Hoyas and Dischidias. So I decided to order from them for the first time. It was my first plant mail. I thought it was pretty interesting to give it a shot. They do tend to up their prices a bit higher. They actually get their plants, most of their Hoyas anyway, and Dischidia from Collector's Corner, which you can go to Dandenong in Victoria to go physically to. Just often you won't find all of these plants. Like I've never seen any of these guys at the Collector's Corner, so I didn't mind, because if you go on the websites and stuff like that, you get the chance to look at the whole catalog, see what they got, and they generally have sometimes a lot more than what they would have in store. Thank you guys for watching this whole video. If you want to keep watching some more plant stuff, you can give me a like and a follow if you want. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter or on TikTok. I'm hoping to post regularly, so I'm starting to do these YouTube videos and hoping to just, you know, do some fun plant stuff and take you guys along for the ride. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.